there, YouTube. Mr. New 002 and your cameraman
Ninja Nick 333
coming at you with the Malefic Gravekeeper Dino Rabbit deck profile. I've won this deck a few times now at locals, so we just decided to give it a profile and share it with the world of YouTube. Alright, let's get to the deck. Alright, for starters, I run 2 Rescue Rabbit alongside 3 Sabersaurus and 3 Kabuzzles. Kabuzzles gives me access to Dweller plays. He's a dinosaur, and so is Sabersaurus for Yugioh and Dulka. Dulka's really good in the current meta because it really puts a hurting on E-Drags, stops their plays from setting up, especially if a few back row to back it up. Yugioh's really good at stopping big plays from Prophecy. Besides that, your basic control skeleton. I mean, if you can run Rabbit in a deck consistently, well, relatively consistently, then there's no reason not to. Next, I run 3 Malefic Cyber End to give me a huge beater to control the game with, and I also use him to complement the field spell that I'll show later. And then alongside that, Malefic Stardust to protect the field spell and give me another beat stick. Next up, I run 2 Thunder King. Thunder King really puts a hurting on Prophecy. I can stop XYZ, Synchros, all that annoying junk. He's 1900 beater. He's a pretty decent top deck, sizable body, and he's good for control.
stops all the searches.
Yeah. No secrets, no judgment during your end phase. You get a special, that's it. Next, I run 3 Gravekeeper's Commandant to add the first spell card I'll show you. 3 Necro Valley. This stops E-Drags from banishing stuff from their grave, and really puts a hurt on quite a few decks. Evil Swarms and Constellars can't use their banished and extra normal summon effects, Sombres and Kirkion. So it's a pretty good meta call. Puts in a lot of work. You can use it to keep Tower off the field against Prophecy and keep them from banishing for Fate. Next up is Royal Tribute. There is nothing better than when you're playing E-Drags, which are a mostly monster deck, opening Royal Tribute and Necro Valley, or Commandant and Royal Tribute, because you discard, you get Necro Valley, you play Necro Valley, you Royal Tribute all their monsters into the grave, and by this point, if you have any way to put field presence out, you've basically won game 1 against E-Drags, maybe game 2 or 3.
Come and get me. Okay.
Next up, 2 Mystical Space Typhoon. I know a lot of people aren't playing MST right now because there's not really a lot of back row to hit. It's just good to keep stuff that's problematic. It also...
Yeah, MST negates.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. It's good to pop annoying back row. Some decks still do play at back row. E-Swarms play back row. It's also really annoying when your opponent sides in stuff and you can just pop it, and it leaves you with more side deck room. And honestly, there really wasn't a lot else to put here. It's always nice when your opponent goes to MST or MST, you flip it up, you pop something. If they have something silly out that you really just don't like Star Hall or something, MST.
A lot of people here play back row.
Yeah. The E-Drag player here at Kerwin's is me, so I don't really worry about people not using back row.
Because I traded away to you because it gave me cancer.
Next up, 2 Pot Duality. Search for stuff I want.
I used to have cancer, I can say it.
Set up my plays, and yeah, that's about it. Add Rabbit so you can get off of Yugioh the following turn. Add Commandant to get Necro Valley. There's just a bunch of shenanigans you can do. It's one of the best setup cards right now. Then Solemn Duo. Basically say no to things I don't like. Starlight Road. This deck's pretty back row heavy, so I use this to keep heavy Storm away and any other board wipes, because I do usually commit a lot of monsters to field. Torrential. I only play it as a one-off because sometimes it's good to maintain your board presence, and there's not always an opportune time to play this, but there's plenty of good enough opportunities to warrant me playing one. Next up, I play 2 Mirror Force. Pretty staple. I mean, your opponent goes to attack you, flip it up, destroy their monsters, whatever. Bottomless. get rid of Draco's Hex and Big Eye as soon as they hit play.
And Master Blades.
Yeah. 2D Prison, get rid of Draco's Sack and other annoying crap.
And Master Blades, that also doesn't target.
No, it does. Target that monster.
Oh, never mind.
Shit.
I thought it didn't target.
This is why I play E-Drags now, Nick Race.
Shut up.
2 Breakthrough Skill. This deck can struggle somewhat against Evil Swarm, so it's good to have Breakthrough Skill because you negate Olvion, then you can summon one of your Malefics and beat over it. Can be good against other decks. I mean, Prophecy goes to play their Magician and set up, so you flip it up, you negate the Magician, and a lot of the time they could be stuck, because sometimes they're really dependent on Magician to set up what they had. Then finally, I play 2 Compulse to finish off the main deck. Bounce annoying XYZs to get stuff like Zen Mains, ETC, Synchros, and junk off the field. Just 2, because 3 is overkill. You draw it too often. There's not always an opportune time to play it. Next up is the extra. I run 3 Stardust. The reason I run 3, I know you've only seen 1 Malefic Stardust in my deck, is because there's 1 here for Starlight, and there's 1 here for Malefic Stardust in game 1. I also have a backup if they compulse my Malefic Stardust. I can banish again and summon this. I also run 3 because I side deck 2 more Malefic Stardust, because decks like E-Drags are going to bring in MSTs so they can get rid of Necro Valley, which is going to stop their plays. So I summon Malefic Stardust so I can stop that. Next, I run 3 Cyber End Dragon. Just banish fodder for Malefic Cyber End. Then I run Cowboy. Just last game damage, neat card in general. Dweller, stop Dark World. You can hurt E-Drags a bit if you don't have Necro Valley or something out. And with Kabuzzles, he's a 2200, which is pretty decent. Pappy, switch something into attack, make some neat plays. My stroke is kind of staple. Flip annoying crap face down. You can flip Ophion down, run it over with something. Yeah, he protects himself. He's a good, decent wall. Shockmaster for those shock locks you like putting on decks that are dependent on a specific type of card, like spellbooks, Monster Mash decks, E-Drags, ETC. Crazy Box, I side 3 copies of EEV. So I run Crazy Box as an extra EEV target.
Or you can just be a douchebag back when I was playing the E-Dragons, and you can summon that, roll the dice, and go, ooh, have my life points, yeah!
Well, in all fairness, I also discarded a card from your hand which you needed to make a play.
Shut up.
Because I had Necro Valley. Next, 2 Lagia for Rabbit. Extra Solemn Judgment. Why not? He backs up your Malefics. And then finally, 1 Dolka. Just negate annoying effects, keep E-Drags at bay, the lot. Alrighty, YouTube. That's the deck. Hope you enjoyed this deck profile. And until next time, play hard and play fair. And sub to Nick's channel.